Next we are moving to the process involved in the ion exchange process. In the previous session we already discussed two type of exchange units are there, cation exchange unit and anion exchange unit. Now we can look at the process. Actually two chambers are prepared, one containing cation exchange resin and other contain anion exchange resin. The hard water which is allowed to pass through the cation exchange unit first. In the cation exchange unit, all the cations present in hard water will be exchanged with the help of H plus ion. So resin, it contains H plus ion which is capable to remove the cations present in hard water. Which are the cations present in hard water? Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus. So the resin contains H plus ion is capable to remove Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus present in hard water. So two chambers are there. One contain the cation exchange unit and other one contain the anion exchange unit. First hard water is allowed to pass through the cation exchange unit where the cations producing hardness is to be exchanged. Again we are moving to the anion exchange chamber. Then the hard water is passed through the anion exchange chamber. All the anions present in hard water will be exchanged. How? With the help of OH minus ion attached to the resin. So here OH minus which is capable to remove the Cl minus and SO4 2 minus anions present in hard water. So OH minus is released as a byproduct here. In the cation exchange unit we can obtain the H plus as a byproduct. So the H plus and OH minus ions that are released into water will contain together they are forming the H2O because H plus and OH minus ion both are coming from, one is from the cation exchange unit and other is from the anion exchange unit. They are combined to form the water molecule. The water so obtained is called deionized water or soft water because it is completely free from hardness producing ions. First it is allowed to pass through the cation exchange unit I already mentioned because hard water should be first passed through the cation exchange chamber, otherwise Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus ions present in hard water will combine with the OH minus ions in the anion exchange unit and forming the insoluble precipitate. That is why these ions, that means the cation exchange unit, water is allowed to pass through the cation exchange unit. Okay, because it must be precipitated out the cations first plus H plus ion is to be released. Otherwise it may lead to the precipitation of their corresponding hydroxide. Then one more important thing is here, these resins can be regenerated. So the most advantage of this ion exchange process is polymer resin can be regenerated and it can be reused. Okay. So here cation exchange unit which can be replaced RCH. RH is the cation exchange unit. It can be replaced by treating it with a HCl or any H plus ion. Like the same way anion exchange unit can also be treated by the unit with the OH minus ion, we can obtain the corresponding anion exchange unit. Okay, so cation exchange unit and anion exchange unit both can be regenerated with the help of acids and alkalis. So advantage, let us consider the advantages of ion exchange process. We can solve even acidic or alkaline water. The water obtained has a hardness below 2 ppm, therefore it can be used in boilers, and there is no scale or sludge formation, means there is no waste material because anions and cations are to be regenerated, so it can be reused. At the same time, H plus from cation exchange unit and OH minus from anion exchange unit both are combined to form water molecule. Then 2 or 3 disadvantages are there. One is the equipment and chemicals are expensive in nature. Then second one, if turbidity exists, that means if muddy water is there, it will interfere with the ion exchange capacity. Then one more thing is that if a hardness is above 100 ppm, this ion exchange method is not so possible. So we can use lime soda process or soda lime process.